Merry meet and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 9th of June, 2024. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Honeypaw and the lovely Shirley, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Jennifer. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us today. I'm reading with this French deck, Le Tarot du Gulliver. Or is it du Gulliver? I don't know. It's the Gulliver Tarot. Let's use this Roger and Gallet just because I've been on a Roger and Gallet kick lately. 3 sprays in this room cleanses it so beautifully. You can find links to purchase each of these products right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. Oh boy, this is impossible to shuffle. I'm going to shuffle it like this. Speaking of shuffling, if you're on a restream on YouTube and you don't like watching shuffling, you don't have to. You can use the timestamps right in the video description to get right to your reading. If you are on YouTube, please, oh boy, that smells good. If you are on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, please make sure that you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us. Are we streaming? I think we are. Okay, I think we're good. You can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us there. We have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. At present, that is a lot of affiliate links, which bring us a small commission on each sale. But we are diligently working on our new shop, and we will let you know as soon as that's ready. If you'd like to give a donation, you can donate by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks. It's very super on YouTube, and we do appreciate your support. This goes out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem like it's applying to you, just disregard it. It may not be your reading. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. And you can find all the restreams. I can't think of what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry. You can find our restreams on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot reading link in your main menu. My goodness. Words come back to me. We'll give this a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for everybody today. Usually when I'm a little out of it, I give a great reading, so good for you. 4 of Wands, followed by the Lover's card, followed by the Ace of Wands. Wow, this is nice. Nothing wrong with this reading. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That 4 of Wands is many of you have really been getting things together. Especially, it looks like it's a lot of career or other kind of maybe creative work, job, work in the world. And it's really looking like you're getting things together, like your ducks are in a row. You're not leaving things to chance. You're making sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed, and things are really well ordered, or at least becoming that way. At least you're on the right road to that. It's telling you that in the midst of that, don't get so into just getting in order that you forget to ask for guidance. You don't want to forget to ask for guidance, because what getting things in order is doing for you is opening you up to expansion. And you want to make sure that you're aware of that expansion and how to best optimize that expansion. And the way to do that is to remember that you have a higher guide. You have a guide, an internal teacher that is always available to you. And so, just doing nose to the grindstone without asking for guidance, you can miss opportunities. I don't think you're going to, though, because look at this Ace of Wands. It's saying that coming out of this nose to the grindstone, almost getting things, whatever this is, it's so different for everybody, but getting things together, really getting your work in order and listening to that guidance, you can't help but be successful. And it's the potential for huge success for many of you. That's really, it's up to you how far you want to take this, because it looks like with that Ace of Wands, that there really aren't too many limits being placed upon you other than the ones that you decide on for yourself. So this is a really beautiful reading. This isn't just today. This is to me, this is looking like, for some of you, a long-term trend. That Ace of Wands isn't usually just done in a day. So this is wonderful. It's a wonderful reading. I love this for anybody who's been working on something. You're doing it right. Okay, the King of Swords, it's important to understand. The Strength card, very wonderful. And wouldn't you love it? Wouldn't anybody love this? The Ace of Wands with the 10 of Cups right on top of it. Happily ever after. You can't help but succeed. Everything turning out beautifully for you, even though you're coming out of a period where it was everything but that for some of you. Some of you have just been some of you have been like afraid not, like a live wire, like a raw nerve, and it hasn't been fun. It hasn't been fun for several of you. And some of you have been dealing with really bad-tempered people. Some of you have been really bad-tempered people. And it just seemed like for a while, what is the use? What is the use of any of this? It's just, it wasn't good. But then you decided, no, I'm going to take charge. Some of you did anyway. I'm going to take charge. And regardless of whatever these problems were, I'm going to just take charge and I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to focus. I'm going to get my life together and I'm going to make things work. Regardless of this ill temper of mine or other people's, regardless of any of the conflicts that I've been dealing with, I'm making a choice and I'm going to make something good happen. So you did, and you are. Now it's telling you that in the midst of that, like I said, you need to keep checking in because there is going to be a lot of opportunity for you that you'll miss if you think that you have to come up with it all yourself, because you don't. Just think about any amazing song that's ever been written, like the really important ones, the ones that just changed people, changed generations. You talk to those songwriters, and if they're being honest with you, and most of them usually are, they'll say, I don't know. That was written through me. I had nothing to do with that. I just happened to be there and the song came through me. I did a little crafting here and there, but really that came through me. And this is the same for whatever your work is. You've kind of opened yourself up. You've laid the groundwork perfectly. And now it's important for you to let Spirit work through you rather than thinking that the nose to the grindstone is all you need. Because it's not. All that does is get things ready. But the real inspiration comes from you listening to a higher power. And part of that listening to a higher power is using this experience that you're going through, especially the negative stuff that you've come out of or that you are coming out of, to allow yourself to transform those parts of your personality so that you don't have to go through those kinds of things again, whatever that was. You know how when somebody, I'm not saying that it's always this way, but it can be this way, that when some people are in a relationship and things just aren't working out for them in the relationship. And so it's not necessarily, abuse or toxicity on that level, but it's just not good for them. And they just say, well, I'm going to end this relationship. And so frequently, they pick up where they left off on the next one. So sometimes it's like you may as well just stay together because you're going to go through this again. So that's kind of what happens in a lot of things in our lives. It just seems like trends repeat and repeat and repeat. This strength card here, right after the King of Swords, is telling you, you can not repeat this again. You can completely understand whatever this is trying to teach you, learn the lesson, and then you're done with that particular one. And you don't have to go through that again. And that's what the Strength card is all about, is learning how to turn within and really allow yourself to, I don't like the word confront, but meet head on some of these so-called negative personality traits that allow for things like this, that participate in things like this. I'm not saying it's your fault or that you created it for yourself, but there was a place where you were able to, entertain whatever that was. And learning how to make friends with those so-called demons rather than trying to exorcise the demons, rather than trying to cast them out, learning that they're not really demons in the traditional sense of the word. All they are is parts of your personality that were poorly programmed, that were confused, that are trying to do something good for you, but because you have unhealed traumas and things like that, especially from childhood, they're just kind of going on autopilot and they don't know any better. So if you take time to spend some time with yourself and make friends with those things, then these beasts that are so scary become your best friends and they become your allies, and they start to actually help you to create this life for yourself that you want. So instead of running away from those things, you're turning and facing them and becoming friends and becoming allies and teaching them and saying, look, I know that you've been trying to help me, but we don't need that kind of help. What I want is for you to help me do this. And you show them what your goals are. You show those parts of yourself what your goals are and where you want to go. And I want you to help me. And those parts of your personality are usually very eager to change and start doing the things that you want them to do. Now, I have a meditation on this. I have several on this, but there's one right about the strength card that'll help you with some of that. And the name of that meditation is something, transforming fears, problems, and worries. That says it. And it's there's also a one for the Lover's card that you may want to listen to if you have time, and it's called Receiving Guidance on a Choice or Decision. So this is a really important time for so many people to move away from those conflicts. And many of you have been trying to move away from those conflicts by getting involved in something creative or something, good for you. And that's good. That is the good first step. But now we want to bring in that higher power, and we want to allow ourselves to heal the parts of our personality that we might have been neglecting or not wanting to look at. And when we do both of those things, our efforts are underwritten. So as hard as you've been working, you get the rewards of that hard work exponentially returned to you in ways that you couldn't have figured out on your own, because you've bothered to turn to that higher power, ask for guidance, ask for assistance, and also are willing to work on the parts of you that maybe you've been avoiding, and turning and facing those things and helping those parts of you to get reprogrammed in order to start assisting you rather than always getting you involved in problems that are challenging for you. This 10 of Cups on top of the Ace of Wands, I'll say it again, you've got a happily ever after coming. And it's up to you to really embrace it and to stay with it. When you start seeing the manifestations of this, don't get afraid and run away from it. Own it. Grab hold of those opportunities and know that they are there for you. And that this is just the beginning, and there's going to be more and more and more. And the more you continue to work on yourself, the more you continue to connect with that higher power, the more your efforts will be expanded upon. And you'll get so much more in return than you could have ever hoped for, ever dreamed of. So some of these conflicts that you've been trying to run away from and get rid of, instead of running away from them and getting rid of them, let's turn and face the parts of yourself that are entertaining those problems and reprogram those parts of the mind. Make friends with those parts of the mind and tell them, that's not what we're doing anymore. Now what we're doing is we're being successful, and I want you and need you to help me with that. And those parts of you are going to become your friends and your allies rather than something that you have to run away from or hide from. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Remember, we are off on Mondays, so we won't see you tomorrow, but we'll be back for another daily reading on Tuesday. Until then, blessed be.